I said, well, be medicine head.
No.
Yeah, we told Ellen to instantly because she's from Howard University.
Yeah.
What would the book do for you? No passion for development. Then Umo Joshua will put the meanest man in the whole world.
Yeah.
He had me.
Connections there, you not get it. Yeah.
You have no connection.
Yeah. Just say that Doma, all kind of things that just happen here. No, he, no tea.
When he was 12 years older early. Ellen did not want him to become president. So Ellen did not introduce him to many leaders. Ellen was doing her thing on her own. She was traveling from country to country and kept a man in the garage for 12 years, according to Boyka himself.
Yeah.
That means he was not empowered to meet any leader. Whether the African leader themselves need support from the West.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
All African leaders need support from the West.
Yeah.
No African leader will help another African leader with money for development.
Yeah.
In the West. That's not a back of Boyka.
Okay.
Because when we have wrote, the Senate did a comprehensive report of their findings and attached the Supreme Court ruling and the amnesty law and everything. And the position statement for those commissioners who decided from Berdia to where. And said the way forward is a Panama House discussion for peace. Then when Boyka come now, he is deceived by coming there, by the Dillon there, Nombi there, and he now where he's just thinking all kind of way Boyka, all kind of thing. He want to go after people. Then, you know, the CDC still control the lower house, the upper house.
Mm-hmm.
So they went talking away, some kind of thing they did, Bagatiti, they did a resolution that passed. Yeah, because of money crossing.
Yeah.
Then they sent it to the Senate.
Mm-hmm.
Then something happened. Wow! All that they almost signed to Yombi house. Then they brought it that Tuesday morning. They didn't tell me they had it for me. Oh! Then when I heard what was happening, it was remain 2 persons to sign. That was me, that was Bani, Jim Bani. Now when I went to Kun, I said, what is going on? You were here when we had sent paper, and you were here with our own leadership, and we sent the report with all documents, legal documents, to guide where. Then Boyka benefited from the 2010 decision by the Supreme Court to be involved in the election in 2011 because he was not wrong with Ellen.
You're right.
He benefited.
You're right.
Then after serving as Barbara for 12 years now, he's now president now. We finished campaign for that kind of woman, then he wants to persecute us. You got going to persecute us. So what is going on with Kun? Then Kun said, well, what I will do for you is to help you with lawyer. Your partner said, go look for lawyer. So from Kun offered, my own son offered that I went and signed a resolution. I asked many senators why you all did this. You know what they told me?
No.
Resolution is not a law. So starting the resolution, I mean, we agree. Bring it now. When Boyka send a bill, they will not put all the law they put in now and back it.
Oh, okay. That was a smart move.
I said correct move.
The press conference of Gregory Coleman, the IG, he did say that this is a highly political case, did he not? So you don't take the partisans' word for it, you take the IG's word for it. He decided to bring this case based on a basket of evidence of innuendos, lies, and misstatement. And in the next few weeks, as we go through the preliminary hearing, we will deconstruct those lies and be able to put together a defense that is worthy of what we've done. It's a place for human beings. Unfortunately, that's the best the state can offer for Liberian citizens. It's unfortunate, but they are no better than me. As long as it's a political battle, it's a political win.
But I tell you this, I still repeat, if the president refuses to change, then the government is in trouble. The government, if you finish this government, let's thank God. Because as from next year, it's said to be fluctuating.
Did you hear the press conference of Gregory Coleman, the IG? He did say that this is a highly political case, did he not? So you don't take the partisans' word for it, You take the IG's word for it. He decided to bring this case based on a basket of evidence of innuendos, lies, and misstatement. And in the next few weeks, as we go through the preliminary hearing, we will deconstruct those lies and be able to put together a defense that is worthy of what we've done. It's a place for human beings. Unfortunately, that's the best the state can offer for Liberian citizens. It's unfortunate, but they are no better than me. As long as it's a political battle, it's a political win.
But I tell you this, I still repeat, if the president refuses to change, then the government is in trouble. The government, if you finish this government, let's thank God. Because as from next year, it's said to be fluctuating. And all the people that is in the government, they are liars. All of them. They don't know why they are there. They don't know what they are doing. They don't know the reason of staying in that system. They are just pushing the vehicle like this. They don't know where the vehicle, they don't know where it's going. So the forefathers of Liberia, they are in pains. It's very regrettable. Even the former president, Syphilis, is even regret having this person as a president. So that is just it. They believe that George Weah is too much for Liberia. That is the man who have brought total transformation to Liberia. That is a man who will have turned Liberia to mini London or mini US. And he will have done it in second term. But they don't understand. They are angry with him. They believe that he's against them. They believe that he doesn't like Liberians. That's what they believe. That's what they believe. Usually, Liberia will be zero in sports. Zero. Tell me so. Zero. Oh yeah, go to Nations Cup now. Go to Nations Cup. Let's see. Let me see you Nations Cup. Go to Nations Cup. I'll give $500,000. If you qualify for Nations Cup, I'll give your national team $500,000. I promise. Your Nations Cup. Your experience in Liberia now. If you don't know, in 2 years' time, Liberia will be worse. Will be one of the worstest country in the whole world. What I mean, worstest country in the whole world. If the Liberia will not protest against this government, tell me there is no God. If Liberia will not begin to cry, coming together to cry and said, we don't want you again, leave, resign, tell me there is no God. I will never serve God again. I am a prophet of God, and I'm talking as a prophet. Right. The hardship, you have not seen that ship now. In 2 years' time, you will see the hardest hardship you have never experienced. Liberia will drink dirty water, and they will be thanking God for drinking. That is the kind of president you have. This president does not have anything. He doesn't have any template. He doesn't have any roadmap for the nation. They just force him there. It was rigged election. Rigged election. It was forced on you people. It was forced to be president. So, and the people who connive to do all of this and put him there, right? US.
You mean US, the United States?
United States. They are involved in this election. I am telling you, not politically, I am telling you spiritually what I foresaw. It was rigged. Totally rigged. And now they have seen it, that this person does not know anything. This person cannot help the nation. This person cannot put the nation right.
Will determine a clear vision for the country. Okay, so it also includes the development of some of these problems. For instance, I know it can be argued understandably that the overpower bridge that the Chinese government is about to build and the street, the road from Cassidy Boulevard to 12th Street, they were all in the Puebla. That's true. But it was blocked in the Puebla. The President Boaca's visit to China, reassuring China that when we are taking action on the global stage, we will take it with our own interest first as a country, not to please any other person before Liberia's interest, and then people fighting them will join inside and go stand
Just
for
a final question.
I'm coming.
Yeah.
So you see, he visited to the FOCA, to the China Africa Forum, has now got China excited with the new commitment to come do these projects. They are in town already. You call the Minister of Public Works, he will tell you the Chinese government don't waste time when they say they want to do something. But when you step on their interest, then you're in problem with them. Now, anytime we want to do anything on the global stage, the first question we should be asking, what's in it for us as a country and people? And if what's in it for us is good as a country and people, if other countries benefit from the trickle-down effect of our vote, okay. But we must never again vote on something that will hurt ourselves as a country and people to please
For the tension we've created, the few times especially, almost creating embarrassment for this country. As it relates to the speaker, the embarrassment we created to the government that got everybody confused, we want to apologize. But let me tell you why it happened. There is always a reason for these things. There's some common practice and the House of Representatives, even the entire legislature. Whenever you go through the first round of election, we are wait the second round to determine the speaker. And the issues of consensus, we are wait the second round to determine the speaker. We believe that whenever a speaker is from the party of the government, it makes our work easier. There will be not too much confrontation. The tension we created this few days emanated from the whatever I call it, who fair that tradition to be changed. They remember in the 54, one was Chimba, but then the speaker, they never have one member, the CDC day. But the fact that Baba Chimba was a seditious, and moreover his party won the presidency, His Excellency, former President George Biden, we decided to give the right to Buffer's Chimba. There was no contention. Normally the president takes the speaker and the deputy falls in the opposition to balance the house. But under our regime, the 55th legislature, there were people who felt was smarter than us in terms of following the tradition. After we won the election, our president was waiting for the second round. Fortunately for all Unity Party emerged victorious, we called for a meeting and we told our fellow lawmakers. And this time around, this seat is for Unity Party. They said, no way, it can't happen. You gotta get money more than you, I know more than you, I'm more sophisticated more than you. It can't happen. We fought to take the seat. It was on that basis that when we won the election, we lost by 5 votes. I'd like to tell you this because I apologize for the tension created by us. But more, there was a reason. It was on that basis that we felt if our government will have an opposition speaker, it will suppress the success of the referendum. I'll be honest with you, no matter how you feel. It was on that basis that today we emerged victorious because we know the representative of the House is to have a speaker.
Whether we should go to him, even fee Boaka because of his title. Make it comfortable because of a title. But you see what he's doing? He got a lot of gangsters around here and thinking that Liberia is afraid of gangsters. It's a lie.
But you should be concerned as well. Why it is true that you're in opposition, you should be concerned. You also have a responsibility to maintain the peace of the country. Though the burden has shifted on the government to maintain the peace.
AB, I've always kept the peace of the Republic of Liberia.
Okay.
During Ellen time, I've kept the peace. During President Dota, I kept the peace. Amos Soyota, I kept the peace. Chastela, I kept the peace. I have never broken anything in this country. I work for peace in our country, and I'm on record. Even the United Nations know that I work for peace. So I'm not trying to break the peace. What I'm telling you that those people that say they came to rescue us, they are breaking the laws of the republic, and it is wrong. If you can't see it, AB, it is wrong. It is wrong. Because in the government that I serve, training position was respected. Today, you can say that you're taking the person off because he associated with somebody. No, but you see, we are different. The respect I have for Ellen Johnson, I kept that respect. And the respect I kept for her, to respect the laws of the republic. I even work with Ellen Johnson as a peace ambassador. I don't have a issue of keeping the peace of the country. Of course, we are peaceful. But we will not allow people to break our laws and then intimidate people and we just sit. That would never happen. We in opposition, Ellen Johnson, Madam Ellen Johnson said, let me give her the respect because that's somebody that I respect so much. She did some things that we disagree and we went to her and spoke to her. By the rule of law, we have the right to protest, and we protest. We went to Ellen, and she understood that. She came on the table and we talked. But reminding us to make sure that we don't break the rules and regulations. They are still there. We have to respect the laws of the republic. That's what we did. When I was in power, they tell me that no, this is a tenure position. You cannot move the person on.
And let me say hands up to all of you wherever you are. It's great joining us tonight right here on this very day, and we are grateful to the Almighty God for everything He continues to do for us. And with God, all things are possible. And of course, we are very happy that we are here again tonight. And today is the 9th, and tomorrow is going to be the 10th day in the month of June 2025. So we are grateful to the Almighty God that we are right here tonight on this very day, and we are forever grateful to all of you for your prayers and support you continue to render for us as your children, your brother, and of course, you know, I want to say part too. Yeah, but it's not easy. So we are grateful to the Almighty God. Yeah, we will get there. So let me say welcome to the program Face the Issues. On the program Face the Issues, we don't discuss personalities, no, but issues involving personalities. But when personalities do their thing in front of those issues, we don't in any way hesitate, but rather we tear you apart. And normally and usually because of the pain that we're tearing you apart, we just tell you sorry. That sorry does not carry any indication that we regret our actions. Whatever we say, we mean it. And when we say, we don't retract it. Because we mean every word we say. We calculate it, and we know exactly what it is. So we are fearless in our work. So you want to go up, you want to come down, you want to do whatever you want to do, it's up to you. But we know for sure we watch our words and know how to say it, when to say it. So we are grateful to the Almighty God for everything. Thanks for your support you continue to render us as a people. And we'll continue to do what we can because you're heavily dependent on us for us to do what we can do. All right. So let's start up. How's everything with you people? How is Liberia? Liberia great. Liberia is an interesting country. You know, a country, a very interesting country. This country is an interesting country. And most often people may not understand it. You know, during those days, the children used to say Liberia is the only country that gave God a real hard time. You know, and I want to believe it. That Liberia is the only country that really giving God a hard time. Yeah. Because we Liberians, we are hard-headed people. If you think you want to understand Liberian cultural or maybe behavioral pattern, it's difficult. Liberia may be a one way. You check in Liberia, man, you will see all the country ways in Liberia. Huh? All the behavioral patterns in all of the other countries. So as a result, we are not good at one because we just combine everything into our. You see, Liberia, Grand Liberia, let him be talking to Nigeria. He will speak in the people local language. You carry him now to sell it. Everything, Liberia man, go at it. So we are never master of. There's no specific thing that we master. So we are just kind of unique people that God created that we just fit anywhere. So there's no special way you can say that Liberia man did Liberia man get You tell us Liberia man you put in Nigeria now you are a Nigerian. He will not even know that he's a Liberian. No, he will not know that. Except the other women from Liberia who can be on the Facebook fighting, doing video, insulting each other. That one Liberia, just unique to Liberia, as it. But anyway, we are getting there. Yeah, with God, all things are possible. So that again, we don't understand Liberia, but it's difficult to really understand. We just anywhere. We fit anywhere and everywhere. Anyway, thanks to all of you. Liberia is fine because God is in charge of Liberia. So Liberia is fine. You know, I was hearing about this thing about the cow. You know, the cow had packed, they carried the cow at the party headquarters after they did it. I don't want to get that in credence. I'm going to waste my time on that kind of foolishness I get on. They carried the cow there, passing. And we had thought that because I had already called and informed people that we're going to kill cow at the party headquarters. Yeah. So I saw the cow there. They said, I said, but no problem, because President Weah would not carry that cow by anyway. I think he would just leave it at the party headquarters so that people would just eat it there. So I had already contacted some friends, and I was like, everything else you want the big share of it. So everyone else. So I was like contacting people that if you were to kill it, you must please give me a share of it, because that's something that you want to. What the idea is, it was meant to be eating. So the people they give it to, since one frisky girl who's very much indisciplined, has no culture, and nothing within her decides to do what she did, we're going to eat that cow. I don't know. And they said they were carrying it back for the second time. My prayer was about to be answered when I saw it again. They said no. The other people say no. It is for Grand women. That's what the man give it for. So the cow will be on his way to Grand. I say, why you carrying the one cow to Grand? Y'all leave that thing right here. Let it go to ABC company. We're coming to kill that one there again. Eat it good. That's not anything big. I want a noise. Why am I making one frisky girl to be passing around acting like somebody? These people, they're not, when people operating on a curse, that they don't want to operate like that. So that my sibling then this that, but gonna bling. What gonna bling? Nothing. The only relationship we are had, in which the man himself, he owed it to, and he paid all respect to that man. Any other thing you get in there, if we were to look at favor and responsibility, any other thing you are getting there, it's just as a result of favor. But the relationship between your late father and it was like responsibility relationship, where he's responsible. He sees it. That's what gratitude does. It puts you in the area of responsibility. It's not favor. No, gratitude. Gratitude, it graduates you from a favor relationship to a responsibility relationship, meaning I'm responsible to do this because of this. It's not like I'm going to do favor. No. You people, whatever he's doing now, it's a favor he's doing for you, but that bounding relationship, it has been there between your father and him, and he paid dues. We read a newspaper caption recently where we are saying his grandma to carry money to support when Dog was raising money all over. Say, look, I'm president, I need it. He was giving that football support. We are giving political support at that time for the country. And wherever your father is, that he blessing and all on we are passing around with Esau. Because we are appreciated him. He didn't just get it. We are earned everything he got from people. We are earned every inch and pinch of blessing he ever got from people. He earned it. It's not just free. Well, no. Even the Liberian people who say they love we are, whatever it is, they behind him. We are, it's not just looking at, I just love you, just love you. Let Joe Walker there, who just sit and say, oh yeah, love that boy, vote for me. Whether I do anything for them, they will just let me. That kind of careless and reckless and callous way of doing things. That's not how we are. We are believes that even if people will love you, it should be because of something special that you have to give back to them. You don't just ride on people's sweat and say, because they let me, they will vote for me. We are does not do that. Check everywhere, all through. So that first Canada get on behaving rude, insulting the others. That one I told somebody just this evening. I just told somebody just this evening that look, that whole thing is between she and her king's people. Then and I didn't want to deal with. We are not getting for that thing. Look at the kind of person that want to gain relevance at the expense of we are, because the name we are is mentioned. That why or Mami Do is able to be mentioned without a name like that. Who knew her? Who knows her? She been flying around here. Who knows her? Nobody. That's just certain people want to gain relevance at the expense of people. So I didn't want to get credence, and I to that. So I just, I just laugh it. That the cow wanted to eat. I don't get time for that thing. That thing you're doing, you're passing around with. I don't get time for that thing. The real news that happened today, that the thing will come and talk now in this country, or they can talk different things. That the real news now will come and talk. Then I say what thing that I'm getting and come and can discuss here. Indisciplined person who maybe, if you check deep down, she used to even insult her late mother or maybe insult her parents, because if you will not respect the elders, it really speaks to how you have been treating your own very parent in time past. Because these are elders, you know them from nowhere. When they come and talk to you because of respect for them, even if you didn't want to, you have to. But if you will now stand and say, no, I will do it, You just disrespectful, meaning your own parents. You never knew to have respect for them. These are the kind of deviant children that you see in society that no day the curse will follow them, and their parents can swear. And so now they will tell you, say, what are they doing rudeness you on here? So one day you will carry outside. The friskiness you always on, you are insulting people. One day you will carry the rudeness outside. And not think people can be overlooking it. You see what has happened to her now? Forget about the United Party people who are they themselves, they are indisciplined. So as a result, they support every indiscipline. They are not normal. So as a result, they support every abnormal behavior because that's them. It just represents them. That's just who they are. So that's just who they are. So as a result, you don't buy into them, but they will always support all kind of things. Right? They will always support it. And some of us, we don't have time for that. So I didn't want to give credence to that, whatever. The thing that making me therefore we are talking is because I said you never made that cow to not stay where we are. That thing hurting me. Because I had already planned to really grab that cow and get a good small portion because I know the people plenty. All plenty. So we have eaten it. We have gotten good portion of it to just eat and enjoy ourselves. The dead is dead. That thing I want to call just to show what it called. Yeah, there the respect we are or whatever it is, and he has to what is you think people don't know? You think I am out there what God take away Paul from Grand Nigeria and say, oh, whenever we are giving God, there's that you, your brother, and everybody went out. You allow Zopeno to use if you think you're really relevant down there, your own brother, what God Zopeno use politics and jet power from that body boy when they took it. So you see the kind of people they put listen to, you think that people in there for you to make yourself relevant, rally with these people. So that we can make you to look relevant there. It is we that can make you even relevant. You are not relevant down there. So forget about it. There's no trademark of your father. Yeah, your father deserted property down there. Nothing sound you can do with it. So what the essence? You're stop that. You're mooning. So you don't want to kind of attention towards yourself because people like us, we study history of this country. And when you start doing those and then we start going deeper down there, it looks bad. And you don't want to see yourself being seen like that. Not deaf. Even if you and somebody can speak in a village, our culture demands that at the point of bereavement or those kind of occasion, when the person can't speak to you, you answer. Even if you don't mean speak you, nobody say you must go be laughing with the person, teaching with the person, shaking the person. No, you can say, yeah, hello, I hear you. Except you have anything that will make you to believe that it is that person that killed the person. Then you can say, please move on here. You start crying, move on here. You came about. You know the kind of thing that you'll be doing. But did it happen that way? No. So let's leave it. I don't want to go into that. You know, the dead, I hate to be talking something about the dead. But that's it. Verse is not how why they didn't come for me to chop them. Because we're interested in chopping them. Yeah, that's what we're really interested in. And we didn't chop, and I like to chop, but I didn't chop, and I want making me vex, you know. Again, important thing to discuss here today that I can be discussing. No, I leave that. I don't have time for that. All right, folks. You can play your cash giveaway as we are going because it's just $1, yeah, and or $100 LD. So they know. *7 and *2 #. Yeah, that's it. So you play with it. The options are there, and you'll be able to win knowledge. So there's no. We are ready, and we are certainly getting there tonight. Right. So how is Liberia doing? We are grateful. Today, the country was set to explore, and I am telling you. And from my own information, Joseph Walker knew the tension he created for himself. He was about to face it. Just last night, when we had the joint broadcast hosted at Voice of Liberia, and we successfully, historically, managed to have gathered all the leading opposition political actors together at one front, speaking with one voice, that today was a do or die day. They did not say that, but they are supporters. God, we left about 10:30 or something like that. Yeah. While we're on the radio, there was an emergency meeting that they called. As part of that meeting, and that was even prior to the day itself. So as part of that meeting, they sat among themselves. They said the events for the last 2 days, Friday, Saturday, have been quite terrible. The negatives are out there. We have to do something. So they came up, they said, we'll release the guys, and we're not creating a condition. Guys. So they had a meeting. In that same meeting, they said, we'll issue the knee as a Republican. So we're on the show. When I saw later Dodo post a story saying that the government of Liberia has filed for the knee Republican. Knee as a Republican means they can leave the country. Yeah. So that they will be restricted from leaving the country. They can't exit the country. They can't exit the republic. And all of the people that they arrested and they illegally detained, so they said they couldn't leave the country. When I saw that, I knew they were going to be released on today. Because the pressure kept mounting. The video images were terrible. As far as image branding of a state or a nation is concerned, the video images were terrible. The police is no longer. Look, the images, man, you could see it, and it was too terrible. You could see it. The police no longer. They damage everything of Liberia through. The Liberian police force is now in total tatters. Maybe the armed forces of Liberia, we haven't seen them out yet. They are the only one now that we can think about. Maybe the immigration, the other security apparatus, right? But the police, done. The entire thing that they were trained and schooled to return Liberia to constitutional order. They had the army police. They were training people, going from place to place, guiding our men, telling them how to do policing in the wake of order day. Everything else got ruined within just 1 year, some months. On Joseph Boaka, he has damaged everything. And here we are. The images are out there. First, you used to be talking about police brutality, or you just get assumptions. You just come up. This time, you have it in your hands. You can. Active or cop reporters, or small reporters, or young reporters growing up. For every time police people were doing something somewhere, the first thing to tell them, man, don't put out your camera on me. Police people don't want to be seen. They don't want to be seen. They don't want to be captured because it reflects a bad image on them. The police, in fact, Those were some of the clutches that we and police used to have. They used to say, don't put that camera on me. But these days, police is now you are at liberty to do any wrong. So don't worry about camera. You gotta go, I don't care. The policeman will be telling you, say, me, on camera, I'm coming to do this one, I will slaughter this man, I will do this one, I will slap this man, I will tear gas this man. The cameras will be on, the guys will know doing because it has even you personally as a police officer, you don't want to be seen out there. They're looking too shameful. In fact, I remembered I was on Truth FM, and there's a police guy who used to be collecting money. I don't know whether he still collects or whatever, but in the missing. The police guy used to be collecting money from people, driver, then put it 1 year. So he and them were having conversation, and one of those drivers were able to record it. We played that on Truth FM. Responsible police for they identify the man's voice. They say he was 72nd. They identify a voice. They said that the man doing that kind of thing. You never wanted to see yourself, man. You don't want it. You don't want to see yourself on camera for any reason. So as a result, you will be very careful how you behave out there. Because if possible, the person may not be close to you, but capturing you. I remember again, Truth FM, at that time we were Ashmont Street. We haven't gone Dupo Road yet. We're Ashmont Street. The real TV was still on. There was a police drama where policemen used to be talking about bribe here and there. Because of police imaging again. The police authorities at the time, they told us to take that drama down because it was not giving good image about the police. This is how I'm telling you now. This is what it is. That's what the police authority at that time, they say you take that drama from your TV. Because you used to see the policemen, passing, collecting money from people. Or there's the other kind of that just were trying to dramatize. So that short video we used to play it. I think that the Talking Drum Studio people even had a short video. Yeah, we used to play that video on our real TV. The police authorities say we want to take that thing down. That's how the people care more about image at the time. That was responsible policing. Where people care more about their image. You don't want this. You don't want to see this. We don't want to see that kind of thing about Liberia police. No, you got to care. Policing. That's one of the most, in fact, most professional security, because they are the first line of civil security that people see how the other people will come up, maybe when things are. But for them, if they were to take any action out there, you yourself will look at it and say the police were really right. Look at the thing they will be looking for. Who that was tuning first? Who took the first tune? Who took this? Those are the things we'll look for because the police will be looking for their rights. They will tell you that this is how professional they exercise all maximum restraints. To the extent that they couldn't hold it. And they had to act. These days, police, not Joseph Boagai. I beg you, yeah. Forget about Joseph Boagai police. They'll say, bring the camera. We'll come and do something here. We'll come and deal with it one day. I saw a police officer on Saturday. They were all even catches. That thing I just saw down there, they were even looking for Jangakuo car. I was coming to town. The police pickup was behind Jangakuo's Ringler. Red. Little did I know that he the one they were chasing. So I was coming to town. I had already crossed the Basa community, the intersection there. I've already crossed the old gender or old health ministry. I had already crossed from there. And then right before Orange, Liberia, that was where I saw this Ringler. Boom. Yeah, the guy can drive. All the boys are professional driver. The guy is great. No, the guy was just beating. No, the guy was very great. Fantastic. Oh, yeah, I saw it. I tried to get a bit of dance. The struck not knowing what to do, so I just stopped because I saw the police. Then the police grounds that he knew how to drive, so he said he stopped a little. So when he stopped a little, that was when that Ringler had chance to run straight into the CDC compound. Now that guy went with Janga Cool Ring Lawyer. The men were ready to take it and then put something inside. They were going to put gun inside. They want to justify something. Why you were chasing the man car? When we all saw it on the video and the man was instructing the driver, say, move the car. It's a car because workers Liberia now, and you have a reckless, unprofessional police RG who does anything, his own statement ain't even making, not even sounding professional. Policeman that will look at you and tell you, say, what will take the hell out of them, will beat the hell out of them, that policeman there, that professional policeman there. And you listen to him when they asking questions, say, oh, there are people threatening here and there. He said, when they try, we'll use anything available to us to defend ourselves. Look at Gregory Coleman, that kind of nonsense coming from his mouth. How will you say we'll use anything available to us to defend ourselves in that way? You can't say the due course of the law. I'm gonna teach you how to respond. Even if you will use gun against people who slapping you or throwing rag at you, because I know that why obviously he's telling your officers to do. Because if you sit and you announce and say anybody attack the police, you use anything available to you to retaliate. Meaning there's no proportion. If we chunk the police, you get gun, shoot me. That's all. The guy is unprofessional to the extent that the things that come from his mouth, it tells you that he's nowhere around professionalism. I wonder how he really made his way. It was just favor that took him there. They say he never passed any test or something like that. I think that guy is a guy who just made his way through, like Joseph Boakai, an opportunist, and just managed to make his way through, but he's not really schooled and understand anything. How will you say that? So no wonder you have the police force in that manner. No wonder you have the police force in that manner. Because he brought back all the guys whom Honor Omeo's watch were taking all of them back. People who are dismissed because of wrong reasons, unprofessional reasons, he brought all of them back. So you think who the guy will pay loyalty to him? And you know why he brought them back? Because Joseph Boakai himself, whom himself is somebody very evil, he decides now to dictate everything. But you see, that's life. And some of us, we are here, but it is our country. Why is we here? But it is our country. And we'll continue to do what we can for our country. We don't care how people feel about it. My focus is not on anyone else but governance. And those in charge of our system. They are my focus. I'm not going to be carried away by distractions. So anybody want to be on my back, you're hitting your head for nothing because I'm targeting your pa and his agents. You are not my focus. So don't have concentrated mind is never disturbed. So I'm highly concentrated towards your pa. And he should. So as I was saying, after the show, we knew things were going to be bad. My informants informed me that they even told Joseph Boakai, they took Joseph Boakai from here and carrying out of Mosorado County. Because the very real he lays, he's very unpopular there. And for the first time, the police people saw it, that for the first time, there was a rallying call and the people stayed put in their respective locations for the obvious and good reasons. So it was just better. They were scared. They said they told Joseph Boakai from here, they carrying him, I don't know where. They took him from here, they said, Papa, move from the town. To the extent that even the purported criminal speaker, they also advise him that things are going to look rowdy. You got to announce that the staffers, nobody should come to work today. Let them leave. Those who have come to work, let them leave. They told everybody to go home. You see how it is? You sat on the whole day, Unity Party people move all over the place. Unity Party people. They say, oh, CDC dead or there's that. How you agree that Weah is dead? But at the same time, you acknowledged that he's peaceful. And by acknowledging that he's peaceful, you are seeing yourself to be arrogant. So the whole menorah was set to go ablaze. When we go ablaze, tension. And it was all said. But you see, that is our country. We've always told these unity party people. All we have been telling people and encouraging them to do is to bear patience until 2029. But apparently, you unity party people, they don't have even plans to do anything to go on and whatever it is. So what would do? That tension they gotta be creating. Because it's not a sound thing that you will see somebody who claimed that he has won an international award of Security Council, peace and security. Then you're creating tension. Is that one possible? And the tension you created eroded all of your celebrations that you had because you don't deserve it. I told you people, when God is at work, there's nothing you will achieve that you will benefit from. No. You will never gain success in it. I just told you a few times ago. I said that thing you see Joseph Bogan flying around with the city. Go, yeah, watch it. He came spoil the whole thing. What has happened? Joseph Bogan spoil it. Everything I ever tell you people that will happen, it can happen. I told you people that Security Council see that you see they flying around with that, they will soon spoil it. What did not happen? Ask yourself the question. Since Friday up to today, what did not happen? They damaged the whole thing. The people who are just celebrating, I told you people. I said there's nothing Joseph Bogan can get. That must have been a blessing to other people that will obviously benefit this country or him. No, it will be a curse. The Security Council thing again, we get it now. Why it is curse, brutality. I told you people. Look, every time y'all said, oh, CDC dead, oh, CDC dead, that. You think CDC dead? You saw what happened today? The CDC folks, few of them were already gathering at the party headquarters, and because the president, when I talk about the president, it's President George Weah, because the president is aware of the tension that may have been created, he decided to go early enough and a low profile, no camera on him and so forth. The last thing we ever heard is Weah is already at the courthouse. He's not marching with anybody. He's not parading with anybody. That was not what Weah did. But the rallying call of support was saying, look, whatever way we can, the strategy is in place, and that's it. And he appears there. Simple. Then you see people asking her, President, but you never had to come. Look at it. You created your own tension. You never had to come there. But what is the issue? You say the man never had to come there. You grab the man lawmakers, bundle them up, carry them to jail for no reason. You know how long the thing has taken place? That up to now there is no indictment. And they say unsealed indictment. What do you call unsealed? You even get indictment before they unseal. You just grab somebody, you charge them, you carry them. Why the rush? Why the rush? Then you hear Unity Party people equating, you know how much due process. Were we not the one protesting? You see that now? You see how you people are very much funny? We had to protest before Gloria Scar was arrested. Because the government on we are. No. The due process, it doesn't matter. Human being, somebody died. You know that one. It happened. Yes. The police on we are. They were still doing their professional piece of job. You know how many times Gloria went to that police station, came from there, a lawyer signed for her, they went? Yes, professional is no issue. When the guys had their indictment, they didn't call to the police station to arrest Odell. No. The moment they had their indictment in here, whether you want to tell me any kind of way, that's the criminal procedure. That's why Prince Mobile here, professional people, they think about politics. You see, they think about democracy is more quantitative, quantitative driven than qualitative driven. That's the problem with our country. It's more because people like Prince Mobile, the kind of investigations that were conducted. And for every stage of the investigation, in fact, when they went at the Ministry of Information, Cultural Affairs and Tourism, when they called Dr. Cooley, they told Cooley, they can't tell us what all you saw. What did we touch? There's that, blah, blah, blah. We saw this bra. We saw they get trash oil. All these people, DNA specimen, it points to these suspects. Every other thing were there. Today, you brought in fire experts. They told you say continue were there. You not carried on continuous so that you could do the fingerprints of those people that you accused, to grab their fingerprint and say, look, we did the DNA on all the gallon that they say were at the Capitol building. We checked all the gallon that they say were at the Capitol building. All the people that their fingerprints were on the gallons. Or we got reason to believe that the people that are in jail that did it, all of them have this. Can you imagine? Is that not a professional piece of job? Y'all listen to Gregory. What are anything sound coming from his mouth? Nothing sound. We did it. What you did? Nothing. All the things they're talking. Oh, people were calling on this. People can call. If you're using GPS tracking system, especially the orange towers, the Celcon towers, or whatever it is, I know Lone Star towers to track people location. They will want to tell you location is possible. That may be there, but physically I was not present. When you get purported voices, audio, you flying around with it, using propaganda or so forth, it does not help you. Even if RAB decided to call Israel or tell the Israel, tomorrow there will be a big blast. Do you know what a blast is? Oh, because something happened, they say, oh yeah, because AB said there were going to be a big. What kind of people we have in this country to call themselves professional security people? Nothing sounds we can see from them. Where are we going? Then the most funny part of it is this. The United Party people, they're not smart. You see how they have damaged themselves? They thought they were scoring grades, not knowing. God. They were damaging everything about themselves by promoting Fonatikofa and making him relevant. That is what the CDC avoided with the less or more adding them, making foolish statements. And then CDC, they call them, what they call, say, release them. I'm going to come make Muwadi, many packet tomorrow. Made a statement concerning gun. That's the threat to whatever. No. You have sat down and said, look, Fonati, no, we don't want, because these are politicians. You can't make them out of heroes. That's what you are doing. You don't want to, you want to be tactical too. You don't want to be foolish in your decisions. Yeah, you say you call Fonati. Fonati is a lawyer, right? He has claim of lawyers or whatever. Fonati grabs a toothbrush in his hand and go into the police station. And you didn't say something, didn't occur to you that this man wants to prove something. Then you grab the man, you put in jail. Say, but these people there, one of United Party people get good think. I want to get sense. There's that thing, well, you don't disgrace the man. You didn't disgrace him. Because you know why? I look at the story of Jesus Christ. When Jesus Christ came, there are something that he wanted to do to make himself as a fulfilled person. And he needed to make it happen. The issue about the betrayal of Judas was part of it. The intervention made by Peter. He said, no, Peter, this is not what it is. What is supposed to happen. We're not going to stop it. So that I was asking myself, was I having conversation in the office then, and I was talking to Sam Andrews. I said, Sam, what if Herod had agreed with Pontius Pilate And all of them agree and they wash off their hands and say, we're not doing nothing to Jesus. There you go. Jesus, maybe a power me take him and carry him because nobody was going to touch him. He was not going to be crucified. There's nothing that was going to happen to him. It was undermine everything. I said, why? I said, maybe like a power, me to take him and carry him because that death that he wanted to be on the people's hand, all the people who supposed to carry him. Because already he now stopped Peter and said, Peter, now the thing we came here for. Put the man here. So he grabbed the man here and put it right back. And Peter then decided to want to go and live it with him. So he had gone upon and said, we ourselves wash our hands or two without touching you. How in one way will Jesus Christ fulfill his mission? You allow for Antikofa to get toothbrush in his hand. Say he's going to you. Just to make you to look ugly. Do you see your disgracing? So you think Pontius Pilate there or maybe Herod there, they thought that they disgraced Jesus? No. There are certain things that are not disgrace. That's what I look at here and say, but you think that disgrace? No. The disgrace is rather, the humiliation or shame is rather to the Unity Party. They damage their own governmental credentials. That's why you see there, let me tell you to the extent that because they damage their own governmental credentials, they are looking for things that they say CDC did the same way too. Because when you know you have done bad thing and you want to look for your likes, that means people who may have done the same thing like you too. So they agree that it is bad. So they say NCDC did the same thing to Gloria Mususka too. And they know that it is bad. So you see now, they didn't know the trends at which those things happened under the CDC administration. The child said this something. It's apolitical. It's apolitical. You can't compare it. The issue about cabinet general removal is political. So maybe you can equate that one to Fonantikofa removal. That we can find less sense. The issue about Gloria, nobody knew Gloria got to be somebody who associated with Unity Party to that extent. In fact, if she was an integral of influential part of Joseph Boaka's success, then you say the Ima Ho. No, she's a partisan lawyer. There are lawyers here who are CDC lawyers. How powerful they are to make any political decision. Lawyers are not people who are going to make any political decisions. No, they're not influencing anything. So why would they go after a lawyer who is just representing her party interest in cases? In what way? In what way does that? Is she no? Did an incident not occur? It did occur. Did it not happen in one place? Yes. Even now, as we speak, you people have come to power. You have not been able to help to say, look, say anything was political. We know that certain people in CDC did it. You have taken up that case? No, you haven't done it. So you can't even bring that. No. Just own your bad thing you did and damage yourself. People like Mo Ali, they were arrested. Carried to the police station. Signed for. In fact, Sidishan started getting involved with the justice minister. And say, why the justice minister will be ready that they will release the people, release the poor. Yes. And everything the justice minister was doing then, he was doing it in consultation with the president. The president lead up for them. When I'm more they are begging people here for food. You get that kind of man who won't misbehave. He's just looking for relevant. So you see that. Why we doing no campaign? We're not coming to make them to get news. Oh, why we thinking about development, focusing on the lives of the people, how we pay their tuition, how we do they want, and then the kind of people them will come there, the news be no, we're not going to. The people, we gotta focus. We got to settle this, and that is why it is. These people focus were on development. They ain't get any to come thinking about people distracting. No, that was not why it is. Muali they went free. They made terrible statements. They went free. Yege Koluba. I really wanted to see if it were doing Gregory Coleman time. Or maybe my brother Nelson Freeman at that time. Where Yeke Koluba is misbehaving in the street in an unlawful manner and sitting on top of a car. And then an instruction came from Nelson Freeman. Like in a case where an instruction came from Yavin Saka to the officer. Telling the officer, say, arrest this man. The officer being a professional person, knowing that the government he operates under is a government that holds professionalism very high. He looks in his boss face and say, I will not take that order. I wanted to see it doing Nelson Freeman. You see how they bono out the CDC chairman? So I really wanted to see it doing Nelson Freeman at the time to see Whether such an instruction who are being given to officers now as we speak. But you know what happened? No. Those same professional officers who were honored they are the same professional officers who some of them are misbehaving today because of the kind of leadership that is in place now. So people behavior pattern can be determined by the change in ties in terms of people in leadership. You get called about when they were arrested that day. Darius Delon. The CDC who have used that case, done business with Benete, and said, look, Delon will have to go to jail. 1 million damages. Delon did not pay a dime. He signed an unprecedented reconnaissance. Delon went to court to sign paper. That was it, and they let him to go. That was under the CDC administration. Honor Joseph Boakai, lawmakers, former speaker, grabbed them, jailed them. Why I want to do the comparison for? So where is this comparison now? Let's do the comparison. Here's the CDC did it too. Where is the comparison? And I'll take everything from you. Where is it? Y'all look for it now. Y'all bring the comparison. The terrible thing you're doing, you want to compare, there's no comparison. Let's do it. Let's go on. Y'all bring that on now. And I said there is comparison. No. But let's take our time to listen to His Excellency Ambassador George Manuel. We are in a brief interview with Sekou Carrasco de Maro. You know, I was moved again last night when we are called on the show and we asked him questions, preempting the police brutality, so forth. He avoided castigating the police on radio. We had never said any denigrating thing about the police, despite him knowing it visibly that his party chairman was even flogged. Go listen to that interview. We was very professional and say he expected the police to be professional. He never denigrated the police. No, that's how a leader speaks. We're here to be Joseph Boakai. He said, you know what we are now, everything has sport. So the police can, our people will use force. That kind of nonsense you have heard from Joseph Boakai. But Joshua did not do that last night. Listen to this interview he had with Sekou Carrasco de Maro immediately after he left the building today. Let's have a listen. I want for those of you out there who are listening to hear it out, because I know those on Facebook may have seen this interview, and so that you can get it. Please, I beg you. Let's get to it, and then I have a time to listen to it as well tonight here on this dial. Let's get there, and this is what we got here. Let's have a listen.
You know, he is a respecter of the rule of law. He's somebody under his leadership where police used to feel, protester. When people protesting, you always instructed the police. You give the people water and you do everything. And today he's here. I mean, that is the past. Well, Mr. President, you visited the Supreme Court. I mean, the court today, in solidarity or standing with the former speaker and his colleagues that was incarcerated. And based on our understanding that a valid bond has been signed and they may be released or they have already been released. What have you to say to your supporters?
Well, you listen to the Vice President. What I want to say here, this is not to make news. It's not for news. You know, the way the lawmakers are treated is wrong, it's unconstitutional. Those people are lawmakers and we have to respect them. If you call lawmakers, you took them from the job to inquire of anything, you cannot delay them, don't ask them questions. If the father, the infant, you should ask them questions. If you believe that they have done something, then convict them. You know, judge them and then convict them. You cannot waste their time. Lawmakers' time, they're supposed to be working in parliament. You know, waste their time and then turn around, delay them, and incarcerate them. That is unfair. That is unfair. That is wrong. That is wrong. That is you infringe on their right. You know, because you think you have the power. Nobody has the power. The citizen has the power. So what we did today in solidarity, we joined together. I'm not going to take credit for this. The first thing I must do is to thank our lawyers, those that have been working assiduously through all this episode. You know, we must give them credit. You know, I joined them with our team here to make sure that we're in solidarity with our lawmakers. I think the wrongly put into prison, that is wrong, because they're going to be on the record that they went to jail. And that word is wrong. You know, innocent people, you know, that you jail. You know, this is wrong. You know, and like I said, we need to stop this. You know, stop it. This is wrong. It's unconstitutional. This is wickedness at the core. You know, nobody wants to hear our country history, but we as a leader, we need to let people know. It's the same behavior of police that caused April 14, April 12. I remember when people were calling for police to step down. Esther Parker case. We were here with young children. In the 21st century, it can be happening. You know, so the police need to exercise restraint sometimes. You know, the order where it's coming from, we don't want to know where it's coming from. But if you're in that place, the job, you have to have a sense of reasoning to know that this person is wrong or is right. And these people are all friends here, with family. You understand? Don't let nobody force you to do what you don't want to do. Real people resign. They said, no, I'm not going to convict the person because the person is not wrong. The law is the law. If I have to do this, then I resign. That's not how people do. You know, but you can't be conspiring against people because you believe that your boss may say you must do this. And then at the end of the day, it creates tension in the country. We look more peaceful coexistence. And then when the tension rising, then again, then you say you're giving a bomb. So what's the essence of that? What's the essence? If you did that, though immunity was there, then you could have solved the problem. But you want to put everybody together, put everybody heads together. This is wrong. You know, Africa need to change. You know, if you look around, there's a lot of issues in the African country. Liberia had an issue. If Liberians are not smart, they will go back to where they came from, and we don't want that. You know what I'm saying? There's no government, there's no president. You know what I'm saying? Have the power more than the people. Yes. The people has the power, and that's why I saw that. Why you see me, everything I was doing to not provoke anybody for the government to work in the interest of the people and the interest of the country. That's what we did here. You know, because you forget to know that cities were in government. All the police that in the police station now for United Party, they got some seditions there. Even the army. So you know that we all need to get together. You know what I'm saying? You know, work together for the benefit of this country.
Finally,
what happened is wrong.
Finally, since after the elections, it is the first time that we have seen the conglomerations of oppositions to send a signal to the government. I mean, what does that signify?
Well, I think people realize that we need to be honest. You know, this is in the interest of our country. And I must applaud those opposition leaders that they didn't see party or partisans, you know, partisanship. You know what I'm saying? That came on board, you know, to speak. You know, I think that when the voices are together, it's louder than one voice. You know, so what they did was correct, because tomorrow it will happen to them. It will happen to them. You know, so that I hope that will exercise restraint. Nobody said that you should not check anything. No, you should check, but if you check it, then you got to abide by the law, the rules and regulations. Because to convict somebody, you understand, there's rules and regulations. You cannot waste people's time. It's almost 72 hours. The boy could die in prison. Abu could die in prison. And I went to the prison yesterday. He was staying at the prison. Yeah, even if you have a doctor or a nurse or what have you, he's supposed to be at the hospital being treated. You're not supposed to be in the prison, because the first thing I must do is to thank our lawyers, those that have been working assiduously through all this episode. You know, we must give them credit. You know, wrongly put into prison, that is wrong. Because April 14, April 12, you know, that you jail. You know,
So this is the voice of the president and former president of the Republic of Liberia, George Manawia. So this is his voice, and you did listen to him. Key among what he said was, there is a same thing that took us to war, April 14, April days. Now, for the young officers, or maybe officers listening to this show tonight, there is a word of caution that we are giving you people. There is a word of caution that we are giving you people. He's telling you that even if you are a police officer and your boss man decides to tell you to do XYZ, you will tell him, say, even if you call for me to resign, I should resign. I'm not going to do it. That we are own worries. So there is a caution that he just gave. He said, these are the same thing that happened. He said, then he said, also said, most important, he said, you can't sit there and then you create tension. Then when the tension start coming out, and you say, oh, get born now. So why were you creating unnecessary tension when you knew that this man was being entitled to this? There was no respect accorded to these people. And that's bad. Oh no, when we are new, even Brandon Samuka was supporting Joseph Boaka, passing all over the place. Yet we did not allow Brandon Samuka to even go to jail. What kind of people you people are? They want to comparison all this. No. You're doing things that took us to war. When we say that nobody can bring war here, you just think people can wake up and just want to bring war? No. That people behavior can make people to behave somehow. There are certain people that wake up in the morning, they're not planning to insult anybody or whatever. That's just certain thing that will mean out there that will mean no cause. Nobody plans for some of these things. Nobody will sit there and look at their country and say, oh, no. People will obviously retaliate. You got to stop it. You got to govern. And that's the best thing you can do for yourself. Focus more on governance. Forget about these things that you are on. It will not help. Then you know anybody move on somebody, deal with it. You see how you saw the video trending about the chairman of the CDC, how he was bothered. Then the police say, we'll investigate that. Why you want to investigate? You yourself, you are unprofessional. So who you want to investigate now? You yourself, Gregory, you are very unprofessional. I don't know whether we get professional standard division now in the Liberia National Police. Because all of the unprofessional conducts are now being executed by Gregory Coleman himself. So what professional standard to go do what? When you are the one that releasing the orders, telling these people, you do this, you do that. Then you say, oh, we'll try to investigate. What? Because the video is damaging. Janga Kuo did no wrong. Janga Kuo did not breach anything. They did not obstruct anything. He was just bundled out. Because the guys who are executing the orders, they are aware that nothing will happen to them because their bosses are backing them. You know who then supporting we are? You're just in a country, you're able to manage it. Check beyond we are. They are ex-fighters. Wherever you go, they are supporting we are. And they are there. You think they're now buoyed by some of these things, but because of the kind of person they support, they are kept calm. All I know is you're causing this, that you get forced. Today's strategy, sometimes you pray for things to not happen, because if it were to happen, how nasty it was going to be. Today, and also how it happened. Oh, you just think today it was a rallying call where everybody will come together one place. Oh, that's what the police were thinking. You don't worry. Don't worry. It will not work that way. It will never ever work that way. Today will have been one of the nastiest days. But you know what? Whoever advised you, the person did well. Because all of us were being affected. Because the people were not coming in anticipation of violence. No. They were coming anticipating a resistance that would have obviously led to retaliation. I was going to look bad. Look, this country is for all of us. And some of us will keep telling you, why you think we say on the radio whole day? Ask every citizen out there, say 2029. We don't want telling them. We don't want telling them, look, the decision is made. Joseph Boga is now the president. Let us bear with it. It doesn't matter. 2029 is best for all of us. Nobody coming to be saying, unless your time where you were calling, oh, government can now. We'll shut the government down. The government coming in. No, we're not. Look, some of us don't believe in that. People, look, we don't believe in that. All the men are there working now. Yeah, they work for their 6 years. 2029 we'll go back there again. And Labrampo choose to put them back. That's it. But at least we'll still be talking and telling your thoughts and electing them. And the only thing I'm making you vex, for which you don't even want 2029, and you think you're not even prepared for 2029, that's why you are doing all of these things, is because you are not governing. If you are governing, you are coming to focus on your governing and say, AB, all me 2029. You're not going to be thinking about Fonatide, Abu Kamara, Dixon, Sibo. You're not going to be thinking about them. You're going to be focused on your government because you don't want to create an image that will make things to look very terrible for your country. Because for every time you do these things, it scares away investors. I remember my friend Gerald Pia one time was saying, people just say negative things on the media about the country, but Pia, you see how your work looking difficult now? So who creating a negative thing about the country now? They wanted a police bothering people or beating people, putting people in jail. They just grab somebody, they just charge you for no reason. These are people, you need indictments. Even on Ellen Johnson said it with all her problems she had with vanishing money. Ellen, they didn't treat vanishing money in this way. Ellen started in this way. Ellen allowed the law to take its course. Hey, Joseph Boga, what kind of man you are that everywhere you say on things got a chakra? What kind of curse behind you like this? Your own life, you sat out there, you pretend to beggar. Everything chakra in your life. CBP, chakra. There's nothing successful about you. You got to ask yourself, why is it when I'm on top of something, it never works? Why is it? Ask yourself. Nothing works for me. I will not lie to God or lie on God, say I can't get the opportunity. I can get the opportunity, but nothing works out of the opportunity for me. The opportunity other people look for and things work for them. The moment I get it, nothing works for me. But you should be asking yourself, why is it every little thing I get, things don't work for me? Told them for the award, they can't put you there. They made you mayor. They made you captain. Yeah, they made you captain, right? Because you were heading on. You went there, Team Chakra. Okay, Ellen made you vice president. The moment Ellen left and you told leadership, Team Chakra in the Unity Party. Today, all the basic facets of Unity Party is broken. Except the rule one like more them, patron them, that passing around, they can be misbehaving around you. You don't have the real Unity Party people. They are no longer behind everything Chakra. He jumped to CPP, Chakra CPP. Then he comes and take over our country. The whole country is now just going down, 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 down. Why is it? There are certain people whom they get opportunity. But what that benefits people out of that opportunity does not benefit them. So you think the essence of becoming president is to just get salary and eat it? That's not why it is. It is your image, your name. That's what people do these things. Except you want them to just go make money, but that is not what it is about. It's about your name that you will leave there. That's why when you go in there, you are going to do a piece of work. And it's that work, the impact is what we will count on to say, yeah, the person did a very good job. When you're applying for a job, they don't tell you to put your salary in your CV. No. They tell you your work experience. What did you do? Then at the end of it, we even tell you, say, put references there, people we can talk to, who can vouch for the kind of work that you're able to do. They don't tell you about salaries issue in it. No. The reason they don't talk about salary, no, that's not the issue. They are more concentrated towards work. Because it's that work that makes you valuable asset to the institution. It's not your salary. It is the work you do that make you a valuable asset to the institution. So Joseph Boga, if you just getting money, what kind of valuable you are now? John, we are with all the money he play for, blah, blah, blah. He still got to fight to impart his country to do work. Who are you that you just can't you sit down there? You are cursed. There's nothing that honor you that works. Tell you everyone today. I told you people, and I will still remind you. I told you that UN Security Council see that people are celebrating with. They will soon check out everything because nothing works with Joseph Boga. I told you that thing. What thing happen? Same Friday, Saturday, today. What thing happen? You're hearing about what ever won UN Security Councils. You ever? They can say my mother about. I swear the paper. That paper. I ever knew about you. You to talk about Joseph Boga with all the other references I'm making. I need to talk about Joseph Boga, but Joseph Boga is just Joseph Boga, folks. That's all the time we've got. Your country is stable. Your country is peaceful. Your lawmakers are out, and we are watching the process. They have to come up with indictment. They have to come up with indictment, and we are waiting for that indictment. You now have to assemble the grand jury because I think can go to civil law court. The ministerial court, preliminary, they're using the ministerial court as their medium to exercise or execute their political motives. Yeah, grab it, say Charlie, man, is that here and there. But we want to see the true thing. And secondly, they took Tom Enrich. They took them from the South Beach and carried them to Kakata Prison Center. Because they knew that Fonati didn't go in there. So they took them from there and carried them to Kakata. And the guys are in Kakata and they are suffering there. I know for sure they did that. The guys are in Kakata. So you gave these people bond, granted. And I think the other guys need to be out too. Yeah. Because those are bearable stuff. The other guys they arrested that are in jail for no reason, they are bearable stuff. Because that thing does not fall under the jurisdiction of the magisterial court, the city court. They are bearable. So now that these lawmakers have left, and I'm calling on Speaker Kofa and former Speaker Kofa, and to take leadership, think about the guys in prison. I know you are not going to, because I know it's a bit complicated, because they will think that, oh, maybe you're taking them from there because you want for them to give testimony in your favor. I know it's a bit more complicated, but they too deserve to be released on bail. They too deserve to be released on bail. Because all those lies then they put in on you, that the people wouldn't, and some of the guys, most of them, they have said, yes, they said some things, but they said it under duress. And they are willing to say that in court. So the guys are still in prison, and you should not forget them, please. They don't deserve to be in prison. You guys need to be released. So from the CDC angle, because most of them, they are seditionists, the CDC angle, the CDC League of Lawyers can also fight to see to it that the guys are released. All this whole battle, we now know that it is political. So the CDC can fight and find a way so that those guys are released as well on similar bail. A hint to the wise is quite sufficient, and we can get to the line. And then we think with God, all things are possible. Let's get to the lines. Interact with you right here on this die. No much time we've got, and this is it. Let me see this caller. All right, let's hear from you, please.
You know, like the power of really, but you know, saying going to the police conductor. But you know, let me say this. You know, I mean, what does it do for the last time? Only if for control to be exact with you in Zimbabwe. You know, you are access to the nation. You are not liability. You know, you said it on a numerous occasion that this president was not going to make a better president. But you know, we are going people who fail to listen. And you know, the child working here, they can always see things. Can you imagine the our country was put on a Christian principle? But it's a Bible meant to see that people that people have said, it's not even found in the Bible. Because the Bible says when a man is old, when a man become old, you have to say, the brain will stay like a child. Can you imagine like look at a man of Joseph Boga of 2 years later?
Okay, so Sabo, thank you so much. You want to speak to the issues of today, and let's talk about characterization. Yeah, let's hear from you. Yeah.
I'm making for a program. This is Peter Calum from Council West Point.
West Point. Let's hear from you.
Yeah. We tell my God, thank you for what happened today.
We thank God.
So we need our people. You know, God will tell thank you.
Certainly.
Because they are Zugo there. They are He taking Zuku there. He will want to see how down for thank God our president can in and talk for without or lawyer then want to tell everybody thank you. Want to go okay pay them.
All right, thanks, boss, for your contribution. Medicine, let's hear from you.
How you doing, AB?
I'm doing fine. Go ahead. Let's listen to you.
Thank you so much. AB, things are happening in Liberia that are concerning. People, some of us want to even question the policing the state Gregory Coleman did in America. Which school did he go? Which police training institution in America did he attend? Because even right now, those of you in Liberia who get satellite, look at the TV. Protest is going on in one of the largest cities in America, Los Angeles in California, over Donald Trump arresting of people illegally, saying that they are illegal immigrants, they are criminals. The whole LA, as we call it in America, LA, is on fire right now. They are burning down police cars. Donald Trump has authorized the National Guard, which is the reserve troop for the federal government. They are state army, but they are reserve. He followed the street. Not a single live bullet will be fired by those people. They know their rules of engagement. They know their rules of engagement. The police, the military, they are on the street in LA right now, and they are facing the protesters. Nobody is harming any protester. But look at the man who you're treating in Liberia that he was treating in America. This man did not treat in America. People who serve in the military in America, when they leave the military, they become veterans. So they go to the police force. They go and do police training. They will not carry the military out there anymore. Look at this man behavior in Liberia. You call him trained police officer, United States trained man. Does his attitude in Liberia show anything that has to do with taking training in America? There's a man for common something. He arrested a own police officer who has expired driver license and ordered him to drive a car. Who will be having expired driver license then they tell you to drive a car to a police station? A man who gets released a post on Facebook authorizing the police to harm the civilian, harmless civilian. What kind of training the man took? But all in all, it is just God that carrying our country. Like all of what you explain. If they have done something contrary, today that country are going to explode. And what they fail to know is that Liberia today is not Liberia in 1989. In 1989, when the civil war came, the civilian knew nothing about guns. They had to go to various rebel training in various fashion bases before they knew about guns. Almost more than half of the citizens in Liberia know how to operate automatic weapon. And you engage them, they take your own weapon from you. They're not going to go to training for it. They will start using it immediately. That just God saved our country. And thank God too for President William. For it being peaceful. If President William is violent, like Hajj was violent in the opposition day, then our country is interventing right now. But thank you guys so much for what you guys are doing. And we also want to praise God for Liberia. God wants our people to live peacefully until Jesus Boga says here we end. But no, God will pay everything they do now, they will pay. After 2029, we pay for it. They will allow free Liberia and go into self-imposed exile. But they say Liberia will pay for it. Thank you so much.
Sorry, thanks for your contribution. I'm trying to take on a country, an interesting country. I'm going to show you a steady picture. And sorry for those in radio land. Sorry. I'm going to show you a steady picture. Today, too, there were protests in Bon County. The Unity Party youth they were there. Hey, I'm one of the Unity Party youth here. The youth they say they suffer, they get job. I'm one of the Unity Party youth here. So. If I say, she remains. We the youth will not support our party 2029. He said, if she remains, that means the superintendent will go, right? You know what, Kiri? The man say on the placard. The thing that on the placard are 3 years old. Eh? If she remix, we the youth, we that face us years so. Ah. Let's get to the lines of interact with your callers. We are certainly getting there. Let me get on to this one, the female line. We the UV. Hello, how you doing?
Hello, Tijala.
Hello, how you doing? Where are you doing on the line? Hello?
Hello.
What's the don't count the line? I said a woman on the line. Hello, how you doing?
Yeah, hello, but how you doing?
Yeah, fine. Go ahead.
We bless God for your every day and night. Just God give you a long life to tell you the break for the truth. And our personally, God give you long life to that really admire him. We listen to you. What to the court today, what to the party headquarters also.
Okay.
And we pray for long life for him. 2029 will be fine. See what God cannot do does not exist. By the help of God, everything will be okay in this country. God, Joy will come back 2029. We are waiting. Thank you for the show. Let God bless and give a long life.
All right. UP. The people youth then that were looking like youth before you took over Joseph Boga, they finish turning OO now. So I don't know what you doing to the people. Joseph Boga turning the people, young people into OO people because things are hard for them. The Unity Party people getting old fast. Look at the other Pape who are young in Banga. Now you the one day now. I know Pape, the other youth who are looking young in Banga. And the youth yeah. The youth then turning OO. By way on Joseph Boga. Hello, how you doing?
Mr. Cousin William.
Yeah, please go ahead. Let's learn from you.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Look, you are my admirer. Because look, Cousin, I tell you, if you are not on the radio, I don't listen to the radio.
Wow.
The Saturday and Sunday, where you're not on the show, I don't listen to the radio. You know, in my house now, my children make fun out of me for radio business. I don't let nobody touch my. I'm telling you, What you need on the radio constantly and get more to sorry for.
No problem, man.
Yeah. Thank you very much because you are truly the God's son. Sorry, I didn't call my name, sir. I'm at a Ruben B. I'm calling you from Mount Barkley.
Okay.
I tell you, thank you very much.
All right.
You know, this afternoon when I listened to St. Andrew and said that our men were released, I said yes. Because I even told people, some Unity Party parties, I said this is a complete charade. I can tell you for free, the government going to lose this case. I'm not a lawyer. But if the IG own explanation, what he was saying over there, and I said, this man, I don't know where he comes from. Because I know you don't have to. Because even when the fire expert came, he talked about incendiary fire. But this IG continued to talk about the arson. Even with his report, nothing that was said about the fire business at the capital from the expert that they brought. Godson, I just want to say thank you. And the Almighty God will protect you. I don't care what kind of wish they do, it will not catch you.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, my brother, for your contribution. I appreciate that.
The light. You are a real light. You are not a jack-o'-lantern. You are a real light.
Okay,
thank you, teacher light. Thank you very much.
You most welcome. Thank you. Let me get on to the WhatsApp line as well. Hello, how are you doing? Hello. Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Cool. Yeah, good morning to the light.
Yeah.
I'm Jethro calling you from India.
All right, Jethro, let's hear from you, please.
Okay, thank you for the topic on the discussion. And I did listen to your conversation, but I'm impressed with the lady concerning those guys who are embracing the Thomas and Drake and the rest of the guys.
Yeah.
So my plea to, like you said, it will be like complicated for the former speaker to channel the process, but I'm pleading to the CDC legislative caucus at least to find means and also plead the bill on behalf of those guys also, at least it will be better for them as well. And lastly, thank you to let's say our former president, His Excellency Dr. George Manawia, for he continuous resilience that he keeps carrying on to maintain the peace of our country. I was so happy today for the levels of resilience that he carry on because this particular thing was just hoping for the CDC parties to match with the former president who have been different things. So I'm so grateful for that.
Okay.
And thank you for
Thank you. Thanks, boss, for your contribution. We appreciate that. Let me get on to the next caller. Hello, how you doing? Hello.
Hey, Abby, how are you, brother?
Yeah, fine, boss. Go
Hey, Abby,
on.
how are you?
Yeah, let's hear from you.
Hey, Leo here. Thank you for the show, but Abby, man, just to contribute, man. Look, we really do not have 2029 to wait for.
Mm.
With the way things are going in our country, we don't have 2029. But Abby, a brother who is sick in Abu, the guy is sick. Literally, on Friday, one of Spoon reporters said it. You see, Abu, how frail the guy is. You still took the man, arrested him, off him, and now you're saying you shooting him while he in jail? What crime has this guy committed? What is he guilty of now? That you cannot even afford this guy his fresh right just to go get treatment, or you want to lock him up. So, Abby, we don't have 2029 though, really. With the way things are going on the United Party, we don't have 2029. But I hate to be the one to say this, Abby. You will lead the people no choice. Soon or later, you will lead the people no choice. Because what's happening? When the citizens start to rise up, even George will craft at the and we don't want it to get it. So I'm just crying. I'm just crying right now to say our people, we don't have 2029. If the need be that we will take the streets, I think we have belated. I thank you, Eddie, for the time. But
okay, thanks, boss, for your contribution. I appreciate that. Hello, how you doing? The next caller, hello.
With the way things are going on,
Hello. All right, let me.
Hello.
Yeah, let's hear from you, please.
Hello, yeah, hello, Evie. I'm Mohammed Somaya and I call you from the Gambia.
Yes, Somaya, let's hear from you.
My man, I look at your youth, my man. Like the youth are just laughing at. Nah, papi.
No, the papi were young. I went banga. When Joseph Boga won, they were very young. Oh, they were looking youth. They men are youthful men. Yeah.
Oh, seriously?
That the poverty men like they. That why made face like they. I saw him. I think the papi going.
They may all have.
Hey, he finished already. You get it, man. Great. You get it, man. 2 more years, all of Boga forget it. That stake he will be walking away. Then I'm going to tell you the young people, old people,
But man, anyway, thank you so much for the topic honor discussion. Ebi, go ready now, Liberia. Serious thing. Ebi, the thing that was coming to happen today.
Mm-hmm.
It was not easy, but God really, we must thank God and also President Weah, because Unity Party think that CDC was sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
George, the influence of George upon Weah. If you say CDC, you come outside. Let me tell you, Joseph Barker will leave Liberia immediately. Immediately, he and Gregory Coleman, they will leave Liberia immediately with the rest of the police. But thank God today, they advised them, no police made attention to hate on anybody. And President Weah went earlier and go in the courtroom, what they discussed there, and he come also peacefully, go back to the party headquarters. But they think that the funny thing, what normally CDC can do, they can bundle one place, then go in. No, they were not coming to happen like that. The people are coming to come from all angles of.
No, that's what they thought. That's what they thought. They didn't know yet.
You see, my brother, today, thank God, and also thank God for President Weah, and also thank God for the decision. Everybody was patient and they listening. Thank you so much for the topic under discussion, my brother.
All right, that is it right here on this dial. We are certainly getting there. Hello, how are you doing? Hello.
Hey, Abby, how you doing? Good afternoon, good evening.
Yeah, fine. How's everything?
Bless God, Papa. Thank you for what you do for our country. And I want to say thanks to the Liberian and what's in our country, Eddie, that you always say it will be okay. For me, I knew that all those saga or everything were going on, putting the lawmakers in jail, and then I knew that and the Orpians or all pigs, how the children can call them, they were shooting themselves in the head. Because what the day, it was just like political. And the police, yeah, they continue doing what they're doing. But Amy, I do want to say something. I know we're not going to dignify what it's in Veronica or Mommy Do. But let me say something, Abby. You know what I started thinking on when with the whole saga, you know when Prince Johnson died, right? Jeremiah Cook went running to shake President Obia's hand. And the president never shook his hand. So it looked at whatsoever they wanted to do to that president, when Mistress Doe died, they gave it to Mommy because Mommy been so very rude on the internet, on Facebook. So they gave it to her, thinking because she woman or she girl, when the president go there, they will use her. So yesterday, you see, when somebody comes to get a person stretch their hand to greet you, you don't want to be bereaved, and now you don't want to greet the person. So when the president never shook her hand, and they just bow down to her, and why did they show her? They say, wow, I was playing fair again. That one got her angry. Thank you for the show, my son.
All right, thanks,
Thank you for the show. Yeah, watch that video.
Okay.
Yeah, that one got her angry. They say, you know what? The team we played it. Yeah, look at it, Papa. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, son.
All right. How are you doing? Woman, I get talk. Thank you.
Hello,
something. Yeah.
Hey, Camilo.
Fine. Please go on. Let's listen to you.
Yeah, it's a best call for you. Thank you. Well, you know, if you know what I mean. You know, we're studying for the party people then. I come to start it. What what's that? That come to the thing of decision. What we're going to see. What we're going to see. But thank God, the thing they are saying, they know what will go on. So the thing they are saying and let everything happen smoothly. Thank you, AB.
All right. And that is it right here on this very die. We are certainly getting there. Hello, what are you doing? Hello?
Yeah, hello, AB.
Yeah, let's hear from you, please.
Yeah, thank you very much for your show. AB, once again, there is our Davis family. I join your discussion from Omega Market, the legacy of former President Weah. AB, the war we live in, especially the West Africa, guns can protect any regime.
You're right.
Guns cannot protect any regime. The history there. The only thing that can protect any regime is good governance.
You're right.
But if any president, you think that you can deviate from good governance, go and ask Blake Campari what happened to him Burkina Faso, why he left power. Go and ask Yaya Jammeh, how he left power. Go and read your history. So if you think that by you deviating from good governance, police will help you, social media will help you, they don't even know the gun trucker more than even petty traders. So people selling on the street in garages, they don't know a gun trucker more than them.
You're right.
Maybe when something stuck out today, police will run away. So people will run away. So that papi, let him go and ask Black Campari how he left power. Then he continue. One day, so still protest day and night. So don't forget, the thing they're looking for. Just imagine the few days. The people go discuss with Meta C. They have to leave 7 lawmakers on Nibakande out saying that they are not trusted. You see what kind of thing? So when protesters, people were in the street for different reasons, some people were even getting in the street because of the 8,000 illegal job permit that were given to foreigners.
You're right.
Thank you very much.
You're right about that. And what are going to happen today are going to be very sporadic, and that's good. Hello, how are you doing? Jura? My man, long time ago, how's everything with you, my brother?
Wait, man, you a big fan.
I know. Hello, guy. When you see me in the traffic every day.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Oh. Will not die.
I
it's
know,
no
right?
more 6 years.
I know, right?
It was 6 years, but it no more 6 years.
It no more 6 years. You're right.
You know, it be on a serious note. Let me appreciate President George Mane Weah. He took his time yesterday. Before him, the former VP went there, Madam Joe Howard Taylor. Later, he went there, though we did not go with him. This morning, as early as 9:30, he went to the court. From there, he went back to the HQ, and we joined him there to receive our people that were wrongly incarcerated. The 4 lawmakers headed by the former speaker. The jubilation I saw today the unity among us, the cohesiveness among us. We are united and which is good for us.
Certainly.
What I can tell our young brothers, we have seen governments they have not seen. We saw President Talbot, we saw President Doe, on and on and on, and we are now seeing Omer Barker. There were men who misbehaved, who were lost unto themselves.
Mm-hmm.
We saw how they ended. So when I see this young man, Gregory Coleman, behaving as if he's an iron, they're a robber, making reckless statements. Look at the statement he made today on ELBC, that they allow Priscilla Cooper to go home because Central does not have cell for female.
I see.
Hey God. Even in Nukuta or in Nimba, every police station got 2 cells, male, female. But Gregory is telling us at Central, the headquarters of LNP does not got cell for female. You know, when you lie, you can be stupid at times.
You're right.
But what we can say today is this: we'll remain in the confines of the law. Let them do what they want to do. The more they be talking about George Weah and us the citizens, the more we are getting rejuvenated and organized. We will use our cards, our voter card, 2029, to have them to throne.
Certainly.
We're not going to chase them. Citizens acted today maturely, and other political parties, CMC, ANC, and MOVE, they maturely went there, they made their case. The judge was being told not to sign the bond. We know this, not to sign the bond. But the judge had no reason not to sign the bond under the law. So signing the bond, it was not a victory for the judge. He did what he's been paid to do. If he had refused to sign the bond, that means they were fomenting chaos. But we will be united, as President Weah said today. We should be law-abiding. We should watch when we're walking. When I see Gabriel Koma moving there like giant. We have seen giant before. Yeah, I repeat, we have seen giant. The gun he has, men that can disarm me and fire the gun. But we are going beyond that. I think I'm the last caller for tonight. Thank you all so much. Liberian, sympathizer of CDC, we are follower. We will come back, inshallah. Have a good night. Thank you.
Thank you, boss, for your contribution. We appreciate it. A rare caller. And of course, he calls on tonight. Sando. All right. So Tom Gazelle says, AB, I'm worried about Joe Boakai. Boakai is declining very fast. Over the last few years, Boakai has been living on drugs and supplements. Boakai is not in control. You sure about that? No, he's in. Liberia is what? Done. Something needs to be done. What is it? Ambassador Stephen Jimmy. What's up, Stephen? How's everything? Long time. Is that 2029 is my time to be president? So you tell we have to wait for another time. I like that, Stephen. J-Man J, Joshua Connie, what's up, boss? How's everything with you? And he comes in and says here tonight, if you don't manage the page during the live broadcast, it will be corrected. Yeah, someone said I wrote something. No, I don't write anything. I don't manage the page during live broadcast. Be corrected. You're right about that. And we are certainly getting there with God. All things are possible. And the Unity Party young people are now getting old very fast because they can't withstand disappointment, frustration. I want to say thanks to all of you for the time here tonight. Until we are back here, God willing, with another edition of the show on tomorrow. Tomorrow is Tuesday. Do have a pleasant night. Bye-bye.